What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to 10 in the Pit. Today, we are going to do that full ball review on that brand new Storm Typhoon. So, about 7 to 10 days ago, maybe 12 now, I put holes in this. I shot my fresh off the press. I believe it was like a 180 something. It was one of my lowest games on camera. So I spent the last 10 days, got well over 45 games on the bowling ball. Made it a point to try to figure this one out. The internal numbers of this bowling ball, the reason I wanted this bowling ball so bad was because it's very comparable to the Motive Supra. And the Motive Supra is by far one of my favorite bowling balls. The Motive Supra GT is phenomenal, and this is fairly similar to it number-wise. Cover and core shape and all that other stuff, that's where it gets a little bit different. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to bowl a game and put all the scores down in the lower corner so you guys know what I'm trying to beat. Believe it's only been Quentin so far. Joey was supposed to film before me, but he hurt his shoulder at the bowling tournament this last weekend. So he's going to be a couple days out. But I believe it's only Quentin I'm trying to beat right now because he's the only one that's done a review for April so far. And that would be the 254, 244 with that brand new identity. So I'm going to bowl a game. I'm hopefully going to beat it. Hopefully. I doubt it, but hopefully. Haven't even bowled yet. So I did throw after league, not a fresh house shot, which should be ideal for this ball. There's probably some carry down from open bowlers. So we're going to try to battle that a little bit. I'm probably going to have to adjust my speed and whatnot. Well, let me zoom in here. I'll put the layout in the lower corner like normal. Alright. So we're going to bowl a game, and hopefully I can beat Quentin. If you first time tuning in to 10 in the Pit or X in the Pit, we're one of the very few honest bowling ball review channels on YouTube. So hit that notification button, that like, that subscribe. You get notified every time we post a new video. Try not to get the ball out this quick. Kind of like that. That's what I was looking for. Now, if I were to get the ball out to the right, the ball would bounce off the friction because the cover likes the response to friction, and it would probably overdrive and overhook. I'm going to try to keep it right there for the whole game, but I haven't been throwing the ball very well lately, so that's probably not going to happen. All right, let's try it again. 22, 23, target at 11. Try to keep it inside a touch. So, a few things I do like about the ball. Internal numbers are very similar to the Motive Supra. Motive Supra GT is one of my favorites. The rally was good as well. Motive Supra rally, I need to emphasize that after Brunswick's newest release. I like the way this ball bounces off of friction. And I also like the way you can manipulate it down lane. Hold, hold, hold. So I got that one out a couple boards, and you can tell it wanted to start to dry on me. So I can either move or keep it in the oil a little longer. Didn't think it was that horrible of a ball. Might have been a whisker slow. Alright, let's try to convert a single pin. I've been struggling with that lately. Big for me. Struggling with single pins. Alright, so get back on it here. Oh, everybody asks what we wipe our bowling balls off with. One of these bad boys. I found a couple more in the back. I just put them on the website. I think I got 5 of every color. black, pink, and white. We're gonna go 22. And I'm just gonna speed the ball up just a whisker. Hold. Not a good ball. So as you can tell there, I got that one out to the friction a little earlier and it drove. That's what I was talking about, trying to keep it in the oil. I missed a couple boards right and I paid for it. Oh, not a good ball. Did get the speed up though, 17. Was what I wanted, and it still overdrove. Alright, well, the rule of converting a split, you gotta get one, so let's try to get one. Alright. Well, not keeping it clean tonight. 76 in the bottom of the four. I think that puts Quentin out of touch. Unless I go off the sheet, but the way I'm throwing the ball, that ain't gonna happen. Light. Just for shits and giggles here, I'm gonna move 10 boards. We're gonna play third arrow. See what this does. Okay. Won't like that either, so I'll probably go play more vertical. All right. Not bad. 4 pin. See if I can't just convert it though. I'm really struggling with my single pin spares on the left side lately. Speed it. Punch. Oh no, 16.5. That's not bad. Playing across the line. Oh, yeah. Oh, small wins. Small wins. Really good ball. Like I said, it's not, it's nothing fantastic, nothing fabulous. It's kind of, the Motive Super GT, in my opinion, was underrated. Didn't get enough light. This is probably going to be the same thing. Even though it's a storm ball, this is going to be probably overlooked because it's not that big, sexy release with that big, strong cover. We're going to make one board right move off of the last shot over here. So I'm going to stand 27, and we're going to play basically third arrow again. Better kept it in oil. Probably could get that out a little bit more and it probably comes digging back. Alright, that wasn't bad. So, for the first 4 or 5 frames you saw me play up the boards, now you're seeing me drift across. Like I said, very versatile ball. Because we are playing it on an older house shot. And it's got a little bit of carry down. That's why I always prefer to keep my angles tighter when there's carry down. But all right, let's go to 27. Play the third arrow again. See if we can't strike on both lanes. Plant gauge. Oh, it's slow. Oh, got lucky. Love it when they fall forward. Love it when they fall forward. Okay, left me a 10 pin because that could have been horrible. Alright, let's see if I can't convert a 10. Small wins, small wins. So, well, you only got to see one strike, so let's try to get one more playing deep, and then I'm going to go back to a nice little medium spot there in between the two, I think. Or I could go further, because I know the ball will do it. All right, let's go 27, 28. Target third arrow. If we can't do one more here. Like I said, ball is very versatile. You can play inside, you can play outside. I do have, the benefit of not having a fresh pattern, but this is the type of condition you're going to play this ball on anyway. During league, when it was a fresh house shot, I was more right because I had to wait for the lanes to break down before I could have moved left. So now, let's try one more deeper. Let's go 33. Target more fourth arrow. Like I said, very similar to the Motive Supra. Not to keep comparing it to it, but it's the same lines that I get to play with the Motive Supra that I get to play with this. Very good bowling ball. I think the Supra is a little bit more controllable off the spot than the Typhoon, but they're both really good. Okay, so that's 25, 30, 33, 34. Play the fourth arrow again. So as you can tell, the deeper you go, the ball really does like its friction and the way it drives. Really good ball. You can play up the boards, you can play across the boards. This might be one of Storm's better entry level, or I think they call it the Hot series, or the Hot line. I think this replaces like the Electrify and all that other stuff. I wasn't a fan of the Electrify. I think the Typhoon is definitely a little bit better. All right, let's try it one more time. Hold. Hold it down a touch. My own fault. And then I will move right and show you up the boards again if I can convert this spare. That is my goal. Like I said, I knew I wasn't beating Quentin because I opened. So. All right. Open in a tent, that's mean. That is horrible. Ugh. 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 Alright, so let me pan down here. That'd be a 213. Now, what I'm gonna do is, because I do know how good this ball is, and I want to show you what I am going to do is I am going to throw a couple more. So you got to see the right side up around 10. You saw me move way left. Now, I'll show you what I really like about the ball. When you go 25, you target right in between the center and third, second and third arrow, that little track area. This ball will play it too. So just to give you guys an idea of how versatile this ball is. You saw up the boards, you saw way deep inside where the oil is, and then you just saw the track. And that's where a lot of people like to play. And this ball handles that very well. .25, second or third arrow. I tell you I like it when they fall forward. It's a touch slow. Touch slow. 16.8, yeah, touch slow. I wasn't going to continue to go, but now I got to go until I miss. So, then we'll wrap the video up. All right, 25, 26, second, third arrow, right in the middle of the track here. Honestly, I think it plays the track better than it plays deep, but I wanted to show that it could do it. .25, 26, second, third arrow. Very versatile ball. We're really happy with the Typhoon from Storm. It's been really good. Just like the Motive Supra did, I think it punches above its weight class. Got that out a little bit more. You saw how quick it drove. Well, that's the front 5. Yeah, 25 in between second and third arrow. Alright. Got 5 bonus shots there, 6 bonus shots. We'll end on that bad boy. Whew. Alrighty, boys and girls, children of all ages, that would be that brand new Storm Typhoon from their hotline. Replaces the electrified go and all that other stuff for that kind of step up right in between the IQ and the Tropical Surge, in my opinion. I think it falls right in that category very well. Very versatile ball. Very easy to manipulate with your hand placement. You can play it up the boards, you can play deep, you can play the track. I just showed that. Gave you guys about 6 extra little shots there. The ball is very capable to be a house shot killer. If it matches up with your rev rate and the way you like to play, this ball could be lights out. And for its entry, it's not even really an entry, it's the next step up, but at price point, it's really good. I'm going to ask the same questions that I ask all my guys. If it was worth my initial investment, did Storm give me a product that they promised that they were? Yes, I think this ball punches above its weight class. I think it gives you a little bit more than what they anticipated. For my rev rate and my speed capabilities, I think it punches above its weight class. I think it was well worth my initial investment. If I had to buy another one to fill that symmetrical light oil bowling ball in my bag, would I buy another one? Now, this is where this gets tricky, because I really do like the Motive Super GT and a Super Rally. I honestly don't know which one I would buy. I know they both offer very similar shapes, so I know the Storm Typhoon is going to stay in my bag, my tournament bag. But the GT is right there with it. I mean, the price point would probably be the only deciding factor, to be honest with you. But yeah, I would buy another one. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. I would buy a Motive Super GT though. Just because that's one of my favorites. It's really close. Now that I sit here and think about it. Yeah, I would buy either one, because I know what I'm getting for each one. Typhoon's really good. The Super GT is really good. They're both very good, and they both fill that little niche ball that a lot of bowlers would be very successful with if they would give it an opportunity. Would I recommend it? Yes, I have recommended it. Like I said, if you're not a Motive fan and you want something like the Super GT, this here is the ball to get. If you're an SPI fan, this is the ball to get. The Lightning Blackout was a little bit cleaner than the Super GT. Went a little bit later, a little bit more angular than the Motive Super GT, where this one here is the same thing. Like it plays that Super GT line, so that Lightning Blackout would kind of go right behind this one, right in between that tropical. Like so, it's so. The Storm Typhoon is just a little bit earlier and still is strong on the back end, even though the Lightning Blackout has a smaller core numbers. It has a stronger cover, so it plays a little bit different, but they're very similar shapes. If you didn't like the Lightning Blackout, I would probably tell you to try a Typhoon, and you probably would really like the Typhoon if you didn't like the Lightning Blackout. I like the Lightning Blackout. I like the smaller symmetrical pearls. I think that you can play them almost anywhere, in my opinion, but different rev rates, different games, different speeds. Was it worth my initial investment? Yes. Would I buy another one? Yes, but I would also buy a Super GT. Would I recommend it? Yes, I have recommended it. I will recommend it. I put it right there with the Super GT. guess when it comes down to 5 being God tier, 0 being the worst in the business, where am I going to rank it? I'm going to give it a 4, 4.25. It's right there. Like I said, it's kind of that little niche ball. I think a lot of people are going to overlook it, but if they would give it a shot, I think they would be very happy with the Storm Typhoon or the Motive Super GT. Either one. They both are very similar. I really like the Motive Super GT and I really like the Storm Typhoon. I think they're both phenomenal. Depending on what more brand you want to go with is kind of where you're at. But they are very, very good, very similar in style and the way that the cover responds to friction. The Storm might be a little bit quicker, I'm not going to lie. Storm might be a touch quicker than the Super GT. But both very good. If you guys are in the market for some chamois, there we go, some chamois. Just uploaded some more. I found a couple more in the back. I got pink, white, and black. They're all on the website, xinthepit.com. American-made hoodies, American-made t-shirts. Ball cleaner's probably coming soon. We're working on that right now. And chamois, get them. If you wouldn't mind, like, share, subscribe, hit the post notification bell. If you want a Bowlifi jersey, that link will be in the description as well. Smash that like. Smash that subscribe button. Get notified every time I come back with another video, or one of the boys. Wouldn't mind. See y'all next time.